According to LinkedIn, 70% of B2B founders deal with confidentiality limits. And if you're looking at creators like Daniel Day-Lin, Alex Hormozi, Brett Scales, you can't openly document your journey and your company like them. So where do you go? In this video, I'm going to talk about one mindset shift and two action steps that you can do to turn that silence into leverage. Okay, so what is a mindset shift? It's that you don't want to make vlogs. I understand that you sign NDAs and you can't talk about your clients, but you want to make educational trust building content with a lot of credibility. And that credibility comes from anonymized case studies. And what that looks like is saying, instead of saying, an Amazon warehouse, like a mid-sized manufacturing, we cut their documentation time by 40%, right? You anonymize the case study. And, that's how you build credibility. But in the video, you talk about the process. So this AI tool that we provide to our clients, this is how we implement it. And this is what it does to their employees, to their clients, whatnot, right? You want to emphasize the process, but also have a lot of credibility. And to show my credibility, everything that I say in this video comes from this guy named Daniel. No. It comes from this guy named, Daniel Priestley, right? Daniel Priestley. At age 21, he made $1 million in his first year. And within 3 years, he made over $1 million per month in sales. So he's got tons of credibility, and he's done that for multiple companies as well. Right. So the mindset shift is that you can make content and you want to anonymize your case studies while emphasizing the process, right? And the two action steps, before I talk about them, I want to describe what your funnel looks like right now. So right now, there's 4 aspects to every funnel, right? There's the attention part, where you're kind of getting everyone who doesn't know about you to just know about you, awareness. The second part of the funnel is that you're getting them to trust you, lead nurturing, right? The third part of the funnel is you're getting them to buy your core product, whether that's your AI tool, whatnot. And for a lot of companies that have AI tools, their upsell from their core product, which almost every single company has, is that they either do AI consulting, right? They go one-on-one with the company and show them how to implement this AI tool, right? So in this video, I'm not going to be talking about attention. Well, I am going to be talking about attention. I'm going to be talking about the first awareness aspect and also the trust aspect. So those are the 2 parts I'm talking about. I'm assuming you already have a great product with proof. So the first thing is awareness, right? You want to get people that don't know anything about your company to start knowing about your company. And there's obviously multiple ways to do this. Content is a great way, right? But another great way, if you're dealing with email newsletters, right? Especially email newsletters, is creating a scorecard, which is essentially a form where you give a score at the end, right? And what that means is, imagine you're filling out a form for saying how well you sleep at night. And at the end, you get a score of how well your sleep is currently and what you can do to improve it, like 2 or 3 insights. This is going to be life-changing for the people who take your potential clients, right? Because, it's not a conversation where they're just listening to you, right? It's a conversation with themselves, right? Where it's revealing to them what the problem is. And it's also giving them a score and a few insights on how you can improve that. And, towards the end of this scorecard, right, you can separate them into good lead versus bad lead. And for the good leads, you can give them a PDF or another video to check out to go from lead getting to nurturing, right? And now onto the lead nurturing step. And if you're on the lead nurturing step, you don't need to focus on attention. This is going to be life-changing for your business if you don't have this yet. And what this is minimal viable content. And what I mean by that is having just a few pieces of content that cover the most common problems that your potential clients go through or that your clients go through, right? A lot of people that are buying AI tools, right? Imagine a big company that's buying AI tools for their whole company. They're dealing with a lot of inefficiencies, right? Their employees are working on something that could be done within an hour, but it takes them 20 hours instead because they don't have the AI tool. So make a video about that. Make a video about how, a client that you had, an anonymized client, used your product and it changed their life because their employees could get 20x the work, right? So the minimum thing you want to do is 3 long form videos, and you can make shorts from that. You can expand that later, but minimum have 3 long form videos, and you can, every time you have a conversation, you can lead them back to that video. Be like, hey, I just made a video about this, so check it out if you're interested, right? So that's everything I talked about in this video. One mindset shift is that you can anonymize your case studies and talk about the process. And the 2 action steps are you want to create scorecards and you want to create minimum viable content, which is 3 long form videos on the most common problems that your people go through. And if you want help with the implementation, shoot me an email.